Hello everyone from Tony the Scout Ghost. Today I want to do with you like dive in the past. I want to talk about the Google Glass Enterprise 2. And it is a dive in the past for me because actually I entered the AR and VR sector for the Google Glass 1. Whoever knows my story knows that me and Johnny Rosagalino are very attracted by the advertisement videos about the Google Glass on YouTube. So we bought a pair of glasses for a lot of money. We tried them and we found them to be terrible. But we then switched to VR, to the Oculus DK2. So when I had the opportunity, thanks to VR Expert, that is a provider of a hardware that you can rent or buy through them for business purposes, especially in Europe, and that are helping me with this review, providing me the hardware. I had the opportunity to have the Google Glass 2. I said, hey, I want to try the new edition to see if they are any better. And so I'm here to talk about these smart glasses together with you. So are they any good, any better than before? You will discover it today with me. But before, I want to say also that I'm a bit sorry because I did all the material to write the article about the Google glasses, and then after I returned the device to the expert, I realized that I hadn't shot any videos. So today I will share with you some photos and maybe some videos that I will take from the internet. So I'm sorry for this damn error. Okay, but the review will be cool anyway, so please forgive me. So let's start about telling what are the Google glasses. So the Google glasses are smart glasses, are probably the first smart glass that become popular among also consumers because of the great marketing by YouTube. And basically they are smart glass with the frame of the glass and just a tiny display here with some info that you can read about what you're proposing. So as I said, the first edition of Google Glass was a flop because Google tried to market them as the new device that everyone will have with the phone. Actually, it was not that way. It was a bad device, and there was a huge backlash against Google and people having the glasses also because people were afraid of other people spying them through the glasses. And so the device, after it seemed to be dead, actually found some space inside the business space, as an enterprise device for warehouse management or remote assistance, because you have anyway this tiny display and a camera on the glasses that can be useful if you want to scan some QR codes or maybe to have a call with someone in the control room and you want to show what you're seeing. So they had a little niche, and so they published a new version, the Google Glass 2, that could have improved specs so that to care better about the enterprise use of the device. In fact, the Google Glass 2 is marked as Google Glass for Enterprise 2, just to show that it's not a consumer device anymore. Now, Google is rumored to work on a AR device of their own, something that can compete with Facebook and Apple, but that's another topic. That's not one to want to talk about it today. Let's talk about specifications of this device. It runs on a Qualcomm Snapdragon XR1 chipset that is quite good for smart glass. Regarding the visuals, the display is 640 for 360 pixels resolution for a very tiny display that you have here close to the right eye. And the device has 3 GB of RAM, and the camera has an 8 megapixel camera. The device, since it has to be used in enterprise settings, has some ruggedization and can also work with below zero temperatures. So it has been meant to work on enterprise devices, and also can be, the 2 parts can be detached if you want to, if you want to switch high or this kind of things. So these are the main and most important specifications of the smart glasses. Let's talk about the visuals. So the visuals of the Google Glass 2 are quite good. I will talk about the fact that you have just one eye in the comfort section. That's probably the most important section of this review. But talking about the visuals, I think that with these glasses you can easily read what the glasses are telling you. So if the text is written in the right way, it's readable. I was able to read all the text of the interface and the sample application, etc., etc. You have just to put the glass in the right way so that tiny display is slightly above your eye, and then looking with your eye on the display, you can see everything. And also, if the interface has been made following instruction for Google, so again, the samples and the menus, etc., even the tiniest Android settings page, everything was quite readable to me. So the resolution is good enough for this kind of application. And I have to say that I tested it indoor in front of the window and fully outdoor on a sunny day. And indoor it works very well. I can read everything. Indoor in front of my window on a sunny day, I could still read the main things, still read the texts. Outside on a sunny day, I could see nothing. So it's anyway good. I mean, I think HoloLens has problems in front of window on sunny days, so I was pretty surprised to see it was working. The result is pretty great, so I can say that the visuals are good. If you consider that anyway the space, the thing that you're seeing is very, very little. The FOV is limited because you're looking like a tiny display here. But it's smart glass, not an AR glass, so you just to have a glimpse of some text or some images, etc. So for its purpose, I find it usable. The real problems for me are about comfort. So it's not the headset that is bad. Actually, the smart glass is light. It's lightweight, and even if you have, one big part here and a very small part here, I never had a problem, with unbalancing of the headset, the weight on my nose or my forehead. I tried to keep even the glasses on while I was doing other work, like developing in front of my laptop, and I was fine with that. So since they're very lightweight, I can keep on my face for a long time. Of course, they are still glasses, so this part of the nose after a long time starts hurting. Like people that wear glasses know the problems. But I mean, if you compare it with the Quest 2 or they're much more comfortable. Even if you are comparing Apple with peers, but just to convey the idea that I think they're lightweight and comfortable. But the huge problem is that you have to look at the tiny display at a fixed distance here with only one eye. So this is what was really killing my comfort. Because having to look with one eye, display in a fixed focus while the other eye doesn't even know what it has to do, I found it to be very tiresome for my eyes. And I tried to make other people wear the Google glasses, and they said me the same thing. Their eyes are hurting, it's uncomfortable, blah, blah, blah. So this is the true problem in Google Glass. Even if I put the display at the right position, it was not working that well. I mean, I could see the things, but if I kept looking at, let's say, the virtual display, for a long time I could really feel my eyes to hurt. Even after I stopped using the device, I also had this weird effect that I wanted to look like here at a fixed distance, even when I had not the glasses anymore. So there was kind of focus mismatch about what my eyes wanted to do and what I really had to do. So comfort-wise, it was a very bad experience. And it's still better than the first version that was overheating here, while here it just becomes a little warm. So it's not uncomfortable on that thing. And it's also a problem if you're wearing glasses. I noticed that it's hard to install them. I mean, keeping both the glasses and Google glasses is impossible. The good thing is that you can detach the frame for the actual glass or the actual camera display system. So I have just one temple that I guess you can install on other glasses. So you can install the important part of Google Glass on your real glass, but it's not something that's straightforward. So if you have glasses, you can still have some problems. So the comfort of Google glasses are, so and so. It's theoretically good. In practice, it has many problems. Talking about the audio, Google Glass work with integrated speakers and microphones, so that you can, talk with someone in a remote assistant session. You can have like a phone call. I would like to tell you more about this feature, but I was not able to test it for various reasons. The first One being that the sample to have remote WebRTC call with another person is not working anymore because Google has shut down the servers. So I can tell you about the quality of audio in this device. For the beep that I could trigger while setting the volume, I can say that the speakers can be pretty loud, and you have them only on one temple because the glasses are really just here. This other temple, the other part of the frame is just to keep the device balanced on the head. So that part works. This is what I can tell you. And I can also tell you that the microphone works because I tried some samples, as you will see very soon, with audio detection, voice recognition, etc., and they work flawlessly. So I can tell that the microphone can work in many conditions. There is a camera, and I remember that with the first Google Glass, the only thing that they were able to do very well were photos and videos. And here we have an 8 megapixel camera, and you can shoot videos and take photos with it. There is also a sample application to do that. And I can say that I'm not super satisfied about this feature. I mean, the good thing of the Google Glass, and it's also the same good thing of the Ray-Ban stories, is that you have a camera attached to your head. So you have just to look at what you want to have a picture and take a picture. You don't have, to watch a display, framing, blah, blah. You know that the camera is looking what you're looking at. So that's very comfortable to take awesome pictures. But the quality of the sensor is decent to be kind towards it. I tried to shoot some photos and videos, and the quality reminds me the one of the early smartphones. You remember when you had, the iPhone 1, iPhone 2, you shoot photos, and they had some kind of grain on it, so the sensor was not great. Also, when you're shooting the photos on the glass is on your head, so you slightly move while you tap to shoot the photo. So I've taken, 20 photos at home with my family, and 10 of them were blurred, and the other 10 were I could really see a noise pattern all over them. So I would say the sensor is not that great. I mean, for enterprise usage, it can be okay, but for consumer usage, is a total no. The battery of the device works for, I will tell something like 1 hour and a half, 2 hours maybe. I have never tested it from 100% to 0%, but for my test, I noticed that it charges pretty fast and it drains also quite fast. I imagine it to last more, like 5-6 hours. It's a smart glass anyway, so I thought the duration was longer, but actually, I would say below 2 hours, depending on the usage. I mean, if you're using the camera, if you're using the voice recognition, blah, 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 blah. And the good thing is that there is a good power management of the battery. So if you are not using the glasses, they go in standby. If you fold them, real glasses, they'll fold the frame, they go on standby. So it's it's easy to manage the battery. If you're not using them, they try to spare the battery for a long time. But if you use them actually, the battery drains pretty fast. Okay, now we're going to see what's on the Google Glass. You will see that the interface is all based on swiping and moving your fingers on the temple, and also that there are no real cool app to test because everything has been to be developed by who buys the glasses, because they're enterprise, they're not consumer that have to have a store. And it's interesting that if you want to develop an application, you can just use Android Studio. Android Studio has all the tools to make applications of Google Glass. There are some templates, and you can just have to make the application with the right interface, or just screens with big writings, maybe one image, and that's it, because you have a very tiny display. So you just have to optimize with few info for every display, like on a smartwatch. The concept is very similar. And just a last notice that, in case I've not clarified this before, the glass works as a standalone device. So these are not tethered with the phone like the first version. They are standalone. I used it all the time without taking out my smartphone, if not for taking pictures and selfie of myself wearing the glasses. So this is very cool anyway, because so you just use the glasses and you don't need anything else. So here it is, the interface of the Google Glass Enterprise Edition 2. So here it is, like the simplified Android home screen with the settings. I'm swiping to change between these two screens. This one is about settings, so now I tap. I can see the battery, the Wi-Fi, and some other settings. And just swiping, I can change them. Now you can't see them in this, mirroring, but inside I can see the screen getting dimmer or brighter. So I confirm it. About device, system. So I can change the date and time, the language. I can see the developer options. So just tapping, then returning back by swiping down and swiping left and right to change options and navigate inside the menu. So this is pretty interesting. You can also access the Android settings. You see, it's funny. So going here instead, we have a list of apps. Some of them were pre-installed in this device. Some others I have created them myself. So I downloaded the samples from the GitHub repo of the Google Glass samples, and I installed them. So let's see some of them. So for instance, I can use this to shoot some photos and videos. So let me select it. You can see I activate the camera, and that's pretty interesting because I can shoot a photo about what I'm seeing with my eyes. So it's a bit like with Arabian Stories. So just look where I want to have a photo and I click to tap a photo. So like this, a photo of the computer. I can also make a video if you want, but now it's quite useless. I downloaded this cool app about notes. So I select it and I can record, a note. So let me try it. Hello everyone, I am Tony. And then if I don't swipe down, I have this note and I can add other ones. So I have also other notes about other demos about voice commands or voice recognition, so like this one. And here if I say something here, it recognizes, it says okay, like play. Yes. If I say babam, boom, doesn't work. So it recognizes only those commands and it's pretty interesting. Here it is also a QR code reader. So if I press it, it activates the camera. And if you have a QR code that you can show it, now I don't have one in front of me. Let me pick maybe the one of, HitMotion. That it's our game, I always say that, our game on App Lab. So I just have the HitMotion QR code in front of me. I tap it. Now it's bam. Have you seen that? It has understood that is a link to SideQuest, reading it from the QR code on the screen. So these are interesting samples. There is also one about a video call, since this is used mainly for remote assistance and reading barcodes. This will be pretty interesting, but actually it doesn't work because the service has been shut down. I tried to connect it with an alternate service I found online, but it doesn't work as well. so I can't show it to you, but this is capable of having phone calls via video calls via WebRTC so that someone can see what I'm seeing and give me feedback to the speakers. So this is the demo for QR code is important because this is mostly used, as I said, to scan barcodes in logistic warehouses and to record notes about something that is happening, for remote assistance. You want to record a note about the machinery that is broken, and also the video call to have a call with the control center and the control room of your company. So they are just demos, but of course it's an enterprise device, so it's meant that you or your company creates applications for it. So this is a tour of the UX. I think it's pretty neat navigation with this kind of swiping left, right, up, down, and tapping. I think it's super neat. So it's very little but effective UI. If you're interested in Google Glass Enterprise 2, you can head to VR Expert website and buy them for 1,050 euros or something like that. So what are my final impressions of Google Glass 2 Enterprise? I'm not super excited about them, honestly. So I see many steps forward if compared with the Google Glass 1. And the reason is that now they're usable. They're standalone, they don't crash, they don't overheat, they answer well the commands. So basically it's like a bug fixing over the first version. Also there is improved display, some ruggedization, blah blah blah. So it's better. But there are some things that still don't make me feel excited about them. Like the comfort, with the eyes that hurt a lot after using them. Like the battery that doesn't last that much, the camera, I would have preferred something with more quality, etc, etc. So I can't say that I find this to be super innovative device. I think the hack can have their application like in warehouse management, like remote assistance, where you don't need constant usage. Warehouse, you don't have to always look at the display, just put a barcode in front of the glasses, and that's okay. I mean, if you have this kind of works, when you just don't need to look at display, you need something standalone, you don't need super long battery, this can be okay. And anyway, they have the big and reliable company like Google behind them. But if you need something more, I don't think this is the best device to look at. So I hope for a new device by Google that can solve this problem. I'm happy that they have evolved the Google Glass into something that is now working, but I think it still needs something more, especially if people need prolonged usage day by day when they have to look at display every time. And that's it for today. I hope you liked this video. If this is the case, please like and subscribe to my channel, and I wish you a great day in AR, VR with my glasses. Bye bye.